Hey there people, it's Danny from Conscious Calisthenics here. So yesterday I made a video where I was talking about why I no longer do daily intermittent fasting with water and why I've switched over to daily intermittent fasting where I actually dry fast every single day. And I talk about my whole recent journey with this and the benefits that I have gotten from it and why I love it over water fasting combined with intermittent fasting daily. And if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link for up above, so if you're interested in that, you can go and check that out. So many people that watched that video gave me a lot of positive comments, but there's some people saying, warning, dry fasting is really dangerous and I should not be doing it and no one should be doing it whatsoever. There's no scientific research to back it up and it could be very dangerous. And I wanted to respond to those types of people. And it's completely understandable why they say that, because they definitely don't have the knowledge or experience on this subject. And to most people, if you're going to tell them about dry fasting, of course they're going to think it's something that is extreme and that it needs to come with a warning and you shouldn't do it and it can be dangerous. So that's absolutely fine that people have said that. So I wanted to make this video to educate people on this subject a bit more and talk about it a bit more in depth in this video. So yes, it can be dangerous. If you're someone that is not very knowledgeable on dry fasting and you get into it, you could get into dangerous territory and have a negative effect on your health holistically. So you want to make sure you do as much research as you possibly can on this, and then when you get into it, you make sure that you do not push yourself further than is necessary, because a lot of people will let their head take over control, and with many things they will push themselves too far. Like so many people overtrain or do extreme calorie restriction diets when their body doesn't actually want them to do it, but most people are very disconnected with their body and their mind is really taking control of what they're doing. So when you get in to dry fasting, do it for shorter periods of time. You could just do it for 6, 8, 10 hours or even 12 hours. That's going to be safe for the majority of people. And as you become more used to it mentally and your body gets more used to it and you feel more comfortable with doing it, then you can start dry fasting for longer periods of time, which I have quite a bit of experience and knowledge with dry fasting, so I feel very comfortable with doing intermittent dry fasting every single day, and not once since I've been doing it I've ever felt that I'm in dangerous territory. I'm very active within my day while I'm still intermittent dry fasting, anywhere from 16 to 21 hours. I feel absolutely amazing, getting great benefits from it, so it's working for me. But someone else that might be doing it, it may not make them feel as good as I am feeling. So that is just something to be very mindful of. And if you're someone that's not going to be doing intermittent dry fasting but extended dry fasting for days in a row, then yes, that's where it can raise the level of how dangerous it can be, so to speak. So for most people, doing extended dry fasting, you most likely would want to get supervised with someone that is an expert on this, or go to some sort of retreat center. And Ray Moar actually guides people through this. He is one of the most amazing teachers out there, in my personal opinion, on dry fasting, and one of the experts out there on this subject. And he was actually put in a house under surveillance because somebody said that didn't believe him, and they said, if I give you all this money and you go in a house for 2 weeks and go under CCTV and go on TV whilst doing this, and you stay in this house and you dry fast for around 2 weeks, and you do a hard dry fast, which is coming into contact with no water whatsoever, not putting any water on your toothbrush, not showering, not getting in a pool, or any external sources of water coming into contact with you, as well as consuming no food and liquids as well. So he actually accepted that, and he did that quite some time ago. I don't know when that was, but I'll put a link down below for the video in case you're interested in this. And he actually done it really easily and effortlessly for 2 weeks. And they had a doctor testing all of his blood work on a regular basis. It went really well. So that is one of the documented experiences with complete proof that you can do dry fasting when you have enough experience and knowledge on it, like Ray Moar did, which is really amazing. And like I said, he did it for 2 weeks. I wouldn't recommend that most people do it for 2 weeks unless you're someone like himself. But I just wanted to share that with you. And I am actually going to be interviewing him soon on this channel in an hour interview. So make sure, if you want to be notified when that comes up in the near future, make sure you click the subscribe button down below and you click the bell notification button. Otherwise, YouTube will not notify you of when new videos are uploaded. And yeah, I have so many other videos coming as well on an almost everyday basis on subjects like what I'm talking about in this video and many other different topics as well. And also what I'd say is, unless you feel naturally drawn to do dry fasting, do not embark on this journey. The reason why I am now doing daily intermittent dry fasting is intuitively my body just sent me in the direction of doing it, and I always listen to my body. And it's been working really, really well for me, like I mentioned in this video and the other video that I said that you should go and check out at the start of this video that I made yesterday. So it's a really good thing for me to be doing. But there may be some people where they just force themselves to do something when it can be dangerous to them and it's not good for them. They haven't got the knowledge and haven't got the experience, or anyone around them that knows much on this or has much experience or knowledge on it. And obviously the main concern that people have with dry fasting is that you're supplying your body with no water whatsoever. And yes, you're not getting water from any external sources whatsoever when doing a hard dry fast. But what happens is, with dry fasting, when you get a certain amount of hours into it, your body goes into a state of ketosis. And then what your body starts doing is breaking down fat. And then what is released from the fat is hydrogen. And then that goes into your bloodstream and forms with oxygen. And hydrogen with oxygen, what does it form? It forms H2O, which is water. So you are being supplied with water whilst in a state of dry fasting once you've hit ketosis. So you do not need to be concerned that you're getting no water whatsoever. Your body is being supplied with the most amazing, highest quality water that is the most ideal water for you, that no other water outside of your body could even compete with. And quite a few people also get concerned, well, what about kidney stones? You need to be well hydrated, and dry fasting will start to form kidney stones within you. I've never known of anyone out there that's done like short or a long dry fast and had kidney stone formations happen within their kidneys and just have issues with kidney stones in general. So I wouldn't necessarily be concerned about it. And like I said, your body's still being supplied with a balance of water. And the issues with kidney stones is due to certain toxic chemical-filled liquids that people are consuming, and animal-based foods and certain processed foods and oils and a lot of other toxic foods and liquids that people put into their body on a regular basis. So if you're not consuming things that form kidney stones within the kidneys, then it's not going to be an issue when you're dry fasting. And if it is an issue for you with dry fasting, then it necessarily isn't the dry fasting's fault, and it's due to the things that I've just mentioned. And there's also a lot of people that say there's no scientific research to back up any claims that anyone makes with dry fasting, and this is why it's dangerous, which actually there is. And what I'm going to do is put a link down below for this book that I'm going to mention. So there is Dr. Sergei Ivanovich Filonov, which is the #1 expert out there in the world on dry fasting, that has been studying and using dry fasting with people for over a total of 17 years. And he has guided hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people supervised through a dry fast, with short ones and long ones. And he's done so many different scientific studies on dry fasting and found there's so many different amazing benefits. The only issue with this Russian doctor is he does not speak English or write English whatsoever. So there is some translations of one of his books specifically that I have checked out, and it is this book here. My camera's just focusing, and you can check this out for free. What I would say is the translation of this to English is not very good whatsoever, and it's titled Dry Medical Fasting, Myths and Realities. So this is one of the most extensive books that you're ever going to find out there on dry fasting that has scientific evidence to back up what it actually shares with people in this. And with this book, when you go to check it out, it's only going to let you read a bit of it, but if you sign up with your credit card to get a free trial, you can then download it, and as soon as you sign up, cancel the membership, and you've got the book, and you're not going to actually pay for anything whatsoever. So if you're interested, like I said, I will put a link for this down below so you can go and check that out, and I highly recommend that you do, so you can learn actual real science based information on dry fasting. Because I can tell you now, there's a lot of gurus out there and certain people that are really dangerous people to learn dry fasting from. There's been some people that actually have had major devastating effects on their health holistically that have been complete frauds. So just as with anything that you learn from any different type of thing, there's always like really good people to learn from and some frauds. So the top people to learn from is definitely Dr. Filonov and also Ray Moar as well, because I know they are truly dry fasting people that have a lot of knowledge and experience on it, and that you can feel very safe with actually learning their information and applying it into your lifestyle with dry fasting, if that's what you want to do, like I am doing. And what Dr. Filonov states time and time again, that from the things that he has looked into with dry fasting and the scientific research that he's done, that he's found that 1 day of dry fasting is equal to about 3 days of water fasting. And I heard this information before, but since I have been experiencing daily intermittent dry fasting, I can definitely say that it rings true for me at least. Because as I've mentioned in the video that I made yesterday, I have done up to 6 days of water fasting in the past. And when I do around 20 hours of intermittent dry fasting, it feels that I'm about 3 days into a water fast. Because as you get into a really deep fasted state, you start to notice certain bodily changes that I'm very mindful of knowing when my body is in a really deep fasted state. And I can really compare it to around a 3-day water fast when I do around a 20-hour dry fast. So if you're someone that wants to speed up the fat burning and benefits, this is going to help you massively. And I made a video showing that I lost around 10.14 pounds, which is 4.6 kilos of weight within 24 hours of doing a hard dry fast. And if you haven't seen that, I put a link for it up above. And I also can feel that it kicks in the autophagy benefits way sooner, and that I'm just getting way greater benefits with them. And I just feel that my mind functions way more optimally, and my body does as well. So the comparison with intermittent water fasting and intermittent dry fasting is the intermittent water fasting is nothing in comparison whatsoever. So that's it for this video. If you want me to make any more specific videos on this subject, let me know down below in the comment section, and I will do my best to make them for you as soon as possible. And if you'd like to leave any criticism or feedback or any of your personal experience or your beliefs on dry fasting, leave them down below in the comment section. And if I feel necessary to reply to you, then I will reply to you as soon as possible. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. And please share this video with anyone else that you think wants to learn about what I shared with you today in relation to dry fasting and the warning around it. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below to receive a lot more videos from me on a regular basis. And the type of videos you can expect to get from me are videos on intermittent fasting, dry fasting, water fasting, weight loss, calisthenics workout and progression videos, and many other different videos to share with you a whole host of very effective, valuable information that can help you go in the direction of gaining, maintaining the body desire, the fitness levels and the energy levels as well, like I've managed to, and many other people that have followed my information through my YouTube videos consistently over time. So if they sound good to you, make sure you click the subscribe button down below and you click the bell notification button next to the subscribe button, otherwise YouTube will not notify you of when new videos are uploaded. And I have no ones coming almost every single day for you and so many other amazing people out there that I just want to share this wealth of information and experience I have with so many different things that have transformed my health and my life and my body and myself to create more of the life and the person that I want to be, so I can have the most amazing human experience possible. So as always, stay fit, stay energetic, and go and get those gains. Peace.